Hello, hello everybody, Chodesh Tov, Joshua with Astral Above. We have now finally arrived at the new moon of Pisces, one of my favorite months. It's known Kabbalistically as the month of happiness. It is the month where we can draw down and tap into a year's worth of joy, elation, happiness, all of that good feels, those good vibes, right? We can draw that down this month. It's a very positive month. It's a month that's ruled by Jupiter. And it's very interesting, the sign of Pisces is two fish, right? It's two fish. And the question is why? Why is it two? Why is it two fish? Why not one? Why not 30? Why not a whole school? Why is it two fish? And the Kabbalists teach that the DNA, the essence of the signs and the planets are all rooted in the energy of the Hebrew letters. That's why I always share the Hebrew letters with you guys. Because it's that energy force that those letters represent that created the sign, that created the planet. And we tap into and understand the essence of those letters. And we use those letters, we can see deep into the essence of the sign itself, what it's all about, and how we can actually overcome whatever negative aspect there is to it. And what's so interesting this month is that we've got the two letters are the Kuf and the Gimel. And I'll be sharing those letters, of course, and you'll see. But the Kuf has an interesting shape. You'll notice that the Kuf has a little leg. Has a little leg that goes down below the writing line. The Hebrew letters are usually all the same size. There's really no such thing as capital or lowercase in Hebrew. But these letters are all pretty much the same size. But the Kuf has a part of it that goes down below the line. And what that little leg that goes down below the line means that the energy of this letter was created in order to give a little bit of energy, a little bit of light to the negative side, to the ego, to the opponent, to the negative aspect of this universe. Because everything, including negativity, feeds off light, feeds off the light of the Creator. And we need that negative aspect of the universe in order to give us the ability to be challenged so that we can transform our nature, overcome our selfish impulses, tap into and manifest our creator essence, and elevate our consciousness and elevate the world. But the Kuf, right? If the Kuf is both within the line and below the line, it means the Kuf has two sides to it, right? The Kuf actually can tap into a super elevated state of consciousness, but it also feeds the negative. And so that's what those two fishes represent. It's the light part of this month and the dark part of this month. And our mission this month is to shine that light using the Kuf, using the letters of the month, in order to shine that light in the darkness, turn it on, and choose happiness. Choose joy. Pisces is a water sign, which means we'll be real in our fields. And we already have been because we have a bunch of planets that are already in Pisces, right? We've got Neptune, we've got Mercury, we'll have the sun and the moon on the new moon, right? Right now we've got the sun and the moon here, all in Pisces, lots of Pisces energy, okay? And when there's so much water, like we've talked about before, it's easy to fall into the illusion of your emotions. Your emotions are very much tied into what you want. If you're not getting what you want, you feel bad. If you're getting what you want, you feel great, right? So what's so fascinating about this month is that we can fall into either side. We can fall into the fish that is happy and joyful and elated and super connected, or we can fall into the fish that lives at the bottom of the ocean, that's mired in darkness, that can't see anything, that doesn't live in the light. And so it's our opportunity this month that no matter what happens, very much pulling from the last month we were in, right? We talked about that Messiah consciousness, that ability to overcome the external, to not be controlled by the external. In Pisces, it's saying, no matter what happens outside of me, I am going to choose to be happy. How do we do that? Aside from using and meditating upon the Hebrew letters, we have to have the consciousness and understanding that no matter what it is that happens, it's here for our highest good. You know, it's interesting, we oftentimes confuse the concept of faith, what in Kabbalah we actually call certainty, the idea of certainty, with the illusion of our desire, right? Many times we use certainty. We say, I am certain. I'm using the law of attraction. I am certain that no matter what happens, what I want to happen, what I want to get is going to come to me, right? And many times it does. Many times it does come to people who have that attitude. But many times it comes with a lot of baggage. It comes with a price. Sometimes that price is happiness. Sometimes that price is health, God forbid. Sometimes that price is money. Losing money. That's what I mean by that. So what we need to come to an understanding this month is the idea of certainty. Certainty. Certainty that no matter what happens, everything that happens that comes to me is from the light of the Creator, sent to me in order to support me in my spiritual growth. If it's a challenge, if I have been presented with a challenge, it's an opportunity for me to grow and transform. If I have been given a blessing, it's an opportunity for me to practice humility and be appreciative, right? We don't want to fall too much into either side. We want to have certainty that no matter what it is that comes to us, whether it looks like darkness or it looks like light, we're happy. We're happy because it's there to help support us and help us elevate and bring us closer to our highest good. That is true happiness. Certainty, having real certainty, absolute certainty that no matter what it is that's going on, it's here for my good and I can draw light out of it. I can bring good from it. As long as I'm willing to go through a process of introspection and transformation, then I can achieve joy. I can achieve happiness no matter what. I can choose happiness, right? Super, super powerful if we come to a place where we are actually practicing that and living that. Now this month, we've got a very dynamic chart. Very dynamic chart. The chart is said to be angular, meaning that we've got planets in spaces in the chart that create a lot of action, right? They push us to take action. We've got the rising in Libra, and we've got the ruling planet of Libra, Venus, in Aries on the other side of the chart, right? So we've got the ascendant here in Libra, we've got Venus right here in Aries, okay? And if we know anything about Libra and Aries, it has to do with interpersonal relationships and conflict, right? So this month, we're going to be dealing with conflict. More so, let's elevate that word. We're going to be dealing with confrontation, not necessarily conflict. We can turn that around and say, this is confrontation. We need to confront people, confront relationships, confront issues. You know, one of the greatest things about Pisces, in the month of Pisces, is that we're all going to be a little extra sensitive to other people's needs. We're all going to be a little extra sensitive to other people's feelings. And we're also going to be extra sensitive to our own. And what'll be interesting to see, and something you see a lot with Pisces, is they have this beautiful gift to intuit what people need before they even say they need it. And they go and they let's say a person sneezes, right? The Pisces will be the first person to run and grab the tissue, right? The person didn't have to ask. They sneeze, the Pisces will run and grab the tissue and give it to them. And what's interesting about the Pisces, and we're all going to be a little Pisces this month, what's interesting is that the Pisces doesn't always realize that that's a gift unique to Pisces. And other water signs, definitely Cancer for sure as well. Maybe a little bit Virgo. But definitely it's a character trait of Pisces. They are super, super willing to give of themselves and share their energy with people who truly, truly need it. And they're able to intuit that and give it to them. But they also expect other people to have the same gift and to do the same thing for them. And so what's going to be very important for us this month is to let go of all expectations that anybody is going to know what I need without me saying it, without me confronting it. You know, we've talked a lot lately about verbalizing our needs. You know, it's very important. When you've got so much Pisces, it's super, super important to verbalize your needs. You know, Libra, the rising sign of the chart is Libra. Libra has a little bit of that as well. Libra is very difficult, very time for Libra to confront. Almost impossible for Pisces. Forget it. But with Venus there in this opposition, right? It's called an opposition where they're 180 degrees apart, that confrontation is going to happen. It is going to happen. And it's up to us to decide how it's going to happen. Is it going to happen proactively? Is it going to happen with love? Are we going to confront with love? Are we going to confront to come to a place of mutual benefit where both parties benefit and both parties' needs are met? Or is it going to be a giant fight ego fest of whose ego needs to be met first? Right? Who's right? Who is not doing and who is? Right? This month, we need to be very, very aware of how we communicate our needs, of how we confront our needs being met or not being met. And if we're able to proactively do this confrontation, if we're able to express the things that we need, we can actually come to a place of balance within our relationships. There's a huge, huge focus on relationships. Now, there's also a huge focus on getting clear on what we want. You know, if you don't know what you want, if you're not clear on what you want, you're not going to know what to ask for. You're not going to be able to tell somebody, this is what I need from you. And so we can actually gain a lot of clarity this month on what it is we really want. What do we want? What are we trying to achieve? What are we really doing here, you know, in our lives in this moment right now? Think about where you are right now. What do you want, right? Well, you might even hear your partner say, what do you want from me? It's a good question. What do you want? What do you want from yourself? What do you want from your partner? How can you come to a place where both people's desires are being fulfilled proactively? And how are each of you supporting each other? Now, this relationship doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be a relationship with your parents. It can be a relationship with your kids. It can be a relationship with your friends. But these are relationships that are close relationships. Very, very close relationships. Also be business partners. Close relationships. Okay? So it's going to be really important. You'll notice that there's going to be some maybe ambiguity, some lack of clarity on what you want. And the more you can clarify that, the easier it will be to confront and renegotiate maybe the terms of this relationship, right? In a proactive way, in a positive way. So this month, we can come to that place if we're able to do that proactive confrontation. We can enrich that relationship. We can elevate that relationship. We can draw happiness and joy into that relationship, not from that relationship, into it. We inject the happiness into it by confronting it proactively with love and with care, and by being clear on what exactly it is that we want. And this month, it's going to be spectacular, spectacular opportunities to enrich those relationships and elevate them. All right, guys? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, as always, if you're on my website, scroll down. You'll see the horoscopes there for all the signs. If you're on my Instagram, check out my Instagram page. You'll see the horoscopes there for your signs. You'll also see the letters of the month. If you're on Facebook, you can always go to my posts on my Facebook page. You'll see the horoscopes there. And then if you're on my YouTube channel, just click the link in the comments and you'll be taken directly to my page where you can read your horoscopes. All right, so I wish you guys a month filled with happiness and with joy, endless joy, and we'll see you next time. All right, take care. Bye.